Hey guys, Moonlit Dreamer here. So it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded anything or really done anything, and I have to say it's been a little bit of a challenge. My life has changed in so many ways that I can't even begin to express or even go through all of it in one video. So I changed up jobs, and I have to say that it's the best thing I've ever done. I feel more liberated. I feel better about the things that I've done. I feel more appreciated as a person, more loved, and I don't know. It's worked out for me in so many ways, and I feel so good just about myself and the things that I'm able to do. I've been able to show people that I can really step up and I can take charge, and everything that happened, oh man, it was a whirlwind. Like, my job was threatened, and so I left for better opportunities, and I've definitely found it. I've gone through a couple of relationships, one relationship twice that didn't really work out, and that's okay. Because in life, you're never sure unless you do try. And I can say that I did try. Now comes to the more difficult part. And it's been hard trying to, I guess, reconcile these thoughts in myself and try to see where I'm going. Oh, man. So over the last year, my mother's health and her mental health have really been declining. She's been forgetful a lot more. She's been getting upset a lot more. My father and I have had to leave a couple of times because she has gotten violent. And that's been hard to deal with, is knowing your mother is going through a hard time and there's nothing you can really do about it. You try to make it easier in any way you can, but at the end of the day, it's almost like you're just not good enough. And I've really struggled with that. My self-esteem, my feelings of self-worth. And I don't know. I've been really working on that. I started doing sexy Insta, and that's helped out so much. I feel better about being me and the things that I do and the way I look. So a lot of that has changed. I've learned not to take a lot of things too personally, but when it's your own mother really saying it, it kind of hits home. So for the past year, she has thought that my father is having an affair, which is not true by any stretch of the imagination. And that was hard. It's been hard listening to her talk just so bad about him and the things that he does when none of it's true. And of course, you try to brush it off. You just try to say what is what it is. She'll see over time that it's not happening. But that wasn't the case. Over the past, I guess you would say, 2 months, things have really just taken a turn. She has openly stated that people are following her, that they've been blocking her in their cars, trying to keep her from getting to my father downtown. And this all stems from the woman that supposedly my father is having this imaginary affair with. And I don't understand it, how she could come to any of these conclusions. But I've tried to explain to her in so many different ways that it's not happening. And I've tried to make her see reason, and it was just not getting there, and it was getting progressively worse to the point that she would be in bed for days just being upset. She wouldn't try to shower or eat no matter what we did, and did to try to convince her. So on Easter, my father left because of everything just going down, because of all the humiliation and the ridicule and the harassment. It got that bad. She laid in bed for 4 or 5 more days, didn't shower, barely ate, and I tried to do what I could. I came home and I would take care of everything. I'd try to get her to eat. I would try to get her to see a doctor, and unfortunately, she just wouldn't go. We had to go through the court systems to make her be able to be seen by somebody. And 2 days ago, they picked her up, and that was one of the hardest things that I have ever done in my life, is to put my mother somewhere like that. I don't feel good about doing it. I don't feel okay about doing it. I feel the worst I've ever felt. I feel like I've betrayed her. I feel like I'm a horrible person, but when she wasn't sleeping and she wasn't eating or trying to do anything to really care for herself, and there was only so much I could do, I was kind of backed into a corner. And I cried and I cried, and I knew she was so mad. I know she's still so mad because she won't even really speak to me. And she said that when she gets out, she's going to go live with my brother and she doesn't want anything from us. And that's hard to really look in me and to really think about, is that I've basically lost my mother. But at the same time, it's coming from a place of anger, and I can understand that, but all I wanted to do was help her. I just wanted her to get better and to be okay. And unfortunately, we're still fighting it. She called my father today saying that he needs to go and let her out so that way she can leave and do whatever she has to do. And unfortunately, it's not in his hands, it's in a judge's hands. She also is right now in the hospital. She said that she had chest pains and they checked her over. It's not her heart. And for me, it's hard to think about that this might be a ploy to try to get sent home. And I don't want to think the worst of my mother, but I have seen the worst of my mother. And I've been told by so many people that, with her brake checking cars and threatening people and harassing people and putting this all online, that I had no choice, that I pretty much was backed into a corner. And for her to be safe and for others to be safe and for us to be safe, that it was the way to go. I know that in the end I did the right thing, but it's just so hard. And even when I've talked to a friend of hers who's known her since high school that says I did the right thing. It's sad and it hurts, and I don't know if at this present time I can forgive myself, but I want to see her happy and I want to see her healthy. And if this is the only way to do it, then, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure how to go forward. I'm hoping that my mother gets the help she needs because she's important to me. She's my mom. She's the person who was always there. But I know that in life, sometimes you have to make the hard decisions for the people you love. You have to make the decision to get them help when they won't get themselves help. And so I've really been struggling. Like, the past week has been the most anxious I've ever been in my life. I've had more panic attacks and more anxiety attacks than I've ever had in my life. And I hate to say that right now it feels like a weight has been lifted, because it has. And I hate to say that it's not that I don't love my mother, because I do. I love her very, very much. It's just that of all the things she's been putting me through by hitting the back door and yelling at the neighbors and screaming at my father and everything else, it's really just put a strain on me, and it's made me see that there was no other choice, that there was no hope for this to be resolved. She thinks we're just trying to do it to get rid of her, and that's so far from the truth. So I've really been struggling, and the whole year just leading up to this has been so chaotic, and I haven't even known where to begin or where to end. I've kind of stayed away from social media except through Instagram. I've stayed away from posting and making videos just because I didn't know what I was going to say or how to explain this or even go through the downward spiral that's been happening. My mother is 64 years old. This could be early onset dementia. It could be Alzheimer's. It could be anything. And we wouldn't know because for 8 years she hasn't been to a doctor. She hasn't wanted to. She thinks she doesn't have to. And so I'm really hoping that my mom is going to be okay. But I know that facing me ahead is going to be some very tough decisions. That if she does go live with my brother, that's basically be all end all. If she comes back here, what's going to happen? She's going to blow up. And so I sit here every night and I try to reflect and I try to keep myself calm and know that whatever happens, I still have family. But it's one thing of losing the love of your mother, all because you're just trying to get them the help that they need. So I'm going to try to start uploading again from now on, because I do miss getting this out there and getting my feelings out there and helping people find their way, or just venting, because I don't have a lot of opportunity for that these days. So it's something I definitely want to get back into. I hope you guys are doing well. You're staying safe, especially with the current economy and the current situation. And I hope that wherever you are, this finds you good. And if it doesn't, then I hope that coming here has at least made it a little bit better to know that somebody is struggling too. But we're going to be okay. We're going to get through it. We're strong, we're capable, and we're going to get there. We're going to rock it, because that's what we do, isn't it? So guys, I love you so much. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.